everyone, I'm Erika Del Sordo. Welcome to today's Talk with Erika, another fantastic show for you. This one really speaks to our veterans. And with me today I have Ron Cadle. He has created Hooked on Heroes, and it's all about taking veterans fishing. Now, Ron's got a very special program going on. He is a brand new member of the Chamber of Commerce here in Lake City, and he's got quite the story to tell. So please tell me, how did you start Hooked on Heroes?
Well, when I was in the service, when I came out, Vietnam veterans wasn't treated very well. And so I always thought to myself, how can we as a person or people show the veterans that we care? And so in 2015, I decided it was the time for me to try this. And so we came up with Hooked on Heroes, where we take veterans on a one-day free fishing trip. On this trip, everything's provided.
Okay.
They have rod and reel, bait, lunch. We have coffee and donuts that morning for them. We have a big chicken rice dinner for them when they come in. We have people that clean their fish. They have boats to ride on through individual boat owners that help us. And we take veterans fishing. And we started off, I thought, well, it'll probably be small, won't get a lot. And so when I started in June of 2015, I said, well, I got a lot of paperwork to do. I won't start until actually our first event will be in 2016. As soon as the veterans heard about it, we had an event in October.
Wow, and how many showed up?
And we had 50 that day.
That's impressive right there.
And then each year, or every 6 months after that, we do it April the 2nd, or first Saturday in April, and the first Saturday in October.
Okay.
And we take, now we're up to 250 to 300 veterans per trip.
Wow.
And we continue on, and it keeps growing. And we, as the boat owners come up and help us, well, the more we can take. So as we get boat owners that can come in and go with us and take the veterans out, the larger number we can take. But it takes finances. We're a 501c3 nonprofit, so anybody that donates to us, it is tax deductible. Okay,
that's great to know. And I was going to ask, who is paying for that? Because you've got the boats, you've got the donuts, you've got the fishing rods, the worms, everything, every little detail. Who's paying for that?
The people that make donations to us help pay for all this. We also supply 15 gallons of gas for the boat owners.
Wow.
To help them offset some of their costs to take the veterans out. Now, we go out of Skyhawk Marina in Stanahatchee, Florida, and we go out, like I say, twice a year. And we set up with them, and they have all the veterans meet there, and then we get them signed in, we get them assigned to a boat, and then they take off and go fishing for the day. They go out that morning between 8 and 9. They come back in about 3 o'clock.
I really like that. And you've got one of those coming up soon, the beginning of April. So this year, the date is?
April 2nd. We have 2nd. One coming up.
Okay.
Right.
And they meet at what time?
They'll meet between 8 and 9 that morning, and the boat owners will be there. As they come in, we put the veterans on boats and send them out fishing. My wife, she takes care of contacting all the veterans. And for people that want to go, the veterans that want to go, they can call my wife, Carolyn, at 386-288-4445. Okay. And she handles all the veterans. I take care of all the boats. So all the boat owners, if they wanted to help, any boat owner that wants to help, wherever they want to come from, if they want to pull their boat that far or whatever the case is, can reach me at 386-688-3216.
Excellent.
Now, and we need the boats, because if we got the boats, we can take the veterans. But we also need the monetary donations too, to help our cause to continue.
Absolutely. And I was going to say, anytime anyone's watching these shows in YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and Google Podcasts, in the info section, I'll have everything listed, where they can find your website, your Facebook page, where they can donate. You were saying that on your website, there is a donate button, so someone can directly donate to you from there. Okay.
Okay.
That's really wonderful. I really think that so many people, this speaks to so many people, because you're a Vietnam vet, and we have a pamphlet here, Hooked on Heroes. This is your pamphlet, and it talks about what you went through, and it talks about Vietnam veterans feeling very left out. And so I'm sure that you're not the only one who's feeling that.
Well, all the veterans feel that way. I mean, even the other generations before us that went, I mean, they just seem like nobody does anything for them. And that was the purpose of starting Hooked on Heroes, was to do something for the veteran, to show them that there is people out there that care about them.
Yes.
And care about what they've done for this country and to keep them free and safe. And so the biggest thing that we have is the people showing the veteran. And by me being able to do what I'm doing with the help of the people, making the donations and helping the veterans, they're seeing what people do care.
Yep.
Now, we have veterans that come from all over the place, so they don't just take them out of Live Oak, Lake City, or like that. We have veterans that come from Texas, Pennsylvania. We have veterans that come from North Carolina, California, that actually come in and spend the weekend, that want to go out, and they heard about us and have come through their friends that here in Florida.
Now, I was just going to say, because you've lived here most of your life, Live Oak, Lake City, and you're pulling in people from all over the country.
Right.
And they're just finding out through friends of friends.
It's word of mouth.
Word of mouth is the best.
We do as much advertising as we can, but that costs money.
Right.
And we're all volunteers. We have no paid employees. So 100% of every donation goes to veterans. So that's the reason we're very scarce on doing advertising. Now, the flyers we have to have, because we hand them out at the different shows that we go to, like we go to the Fiddler Crab Festival, or we'll go to the Catfish Festival, and states like this, set up a tent, and we hand out pamphlets and this kind of stuff. But at the same time, we sign up veterans. We sign up boat captains. That's the main thing we're there for, is to get the word out about us to people.
Right.
Because advertising is so expensive.
And that is so wonderful that you do that, because you never know who is passing by at any of these festivals who has a family member and they've been looking for something like this, and there you are. I think that's perfect that you're showing up at these events and doing that. You're taking time out, and I'm sure you've got a lot of out-of-pocket yourself for this. So that's real. You're doing such a wonderful thing. You're so special, because not a lot of people would do that. So that is really special. And that your wife does this with you. I do want to speak with her. We're going to talk about specifically what she's boxing lunches and
we do all kind of things when we get there. The day of the event, we're there at 4:30 that morning, setting up the coffee and getting all that ready for when the veterans get there. And then we'll get there, and sometimes their veterans are already there waiting on us.
I'm sure
so
they're
they get
eager.
So excited.
Who doesn't like to fish?
And they get so excited wanting to go that they get there that early. And so we're there, and it's a big day.
So with us now is Carolyn Cadle. Carolyn is kind of the brains behind trying to get all of these veterans ready for their big trip once they go out. It takes a lot of organization, a lot of planning. Ron and I were just talking about that, and so here you are in the flesh to tell me about, what does this take? What specifically are you doing to prepare the veterans to go out and have a fun day on the water? Because they don't know maybe what's going on while you're pulling your hair out. This is a big event, and it's all on you. Tell me about it.
Yes, it starts with our event, and as soon as our event's over with, we start getting a lot of phone calls from the veterans that have already went out and want to go again. And I have to tell them that the way it works is we take all our new veterans that we get, and we go down that list, and then we rotate the old ones that have already been. And also, when I call on my phone, I have to tell them to remember to put my phone number in their phone with my contact number. Because when I start going down these lists and calling these veterans, I have to let them know I have to keep going on down that list if they don't answer the phone. And I don't want to miss out
Right, you
on
hear
a good
that?
time.
Pick up the phone on the first ring.
That's right. Or I just have to keep going down the list, because we have so many veterans. And we go to these here festivals, and that's how we pick up new veterans to add to our list.
Wonderful.
And we just keep making the phone calls for the 6 months. you know.
Yes.
But yeah, it's a lot of work, and the veterans enjoy it.
I'm sure they do. Do they give you specific, Carolyn, this is what I want next time? Do they put in specific orders?
They do. They tell me they want to go with a certain veteran, or they want to go out on a certain boat. And we have disabled veterans. This is for any and all veterans.
Mm-hmm.
And they will let me know that they'll need to be put on a pontoon boat because they're not stable enough to stand up on a regular boat. And so that I need to know as far as their disability, as far as placing them on a certain boat.
I'm happy you brought that up.
Yes.
That is a big point.
It is.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I like that. Okay.
Yes.
So if you have a disability, you need specific, and do you have a separate phone number that we should be putting up for folks, or?
They can reach me at 386-288-4445.
Okay. To put in their request.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
We take any and all veterans, and it's just not the healthy ones. We have some that has prosthetic legs.
Okay.
They're blind. They have one arm. We take any and all.
Wow.
And we have the help to help them on the boat also.
Wow. You guys have thought of everything.
We have.
What have you not thought of? Let's start there.
No. We pretty well covered it. Over the 7 years, we're going into our 7th year on this.
Right.
And we've learned a lot, and we changed a lot of things, and it's getting better, and it's getting bigger.
That's really awesome. So this one in April, and then you're going to have the next one for this year in
October the 1st
Okay.
will be our next one.
That's wonderful.
And
I like
we've
that it's
already
growing.
started our list for October 1st. We already got about 20 people that's
Oh,
already
sure.
signed up, new ones that's already signed up.
That's really a testament to how much they have fun that they're calling you right after the first event. They want to make sure that they've got their place.
They do.
That's a true testament to, you guys are doing it right.
Right. And we've helped a lot of veterans. We've had them come to us and hug us and tell us that, you've saved our lives, and this means a lot. I had a veteran that was in his home for 4 years and never got out. And he had a friend that went out and came back and shared this with him. And he said, you ought to go. It's really fun. He finally got him out last year, and he came with us, and he came up and hugged our necks and told us he was glad that we did that for the veterans.
And word of mouth is the best.
It is.
I mean, for him to have told, and that right there makes it all worth the stress,
Yeah,
right? Having that
right.
hug and that.
Yes.
That's wonderful. Yeah, that'll bring a tear to your eye. That really is so heartwarming, and that's why Hooked on Heroes needs donations and to help folks get out there with boats and everything that you need help with, because this is something wonderful to do for the veteran community.
Right. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Carolyn. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Erika.
But it's a lot of fun.
That's so cool. On your event day this year, I'm going to have today's talk with Erika is actually going to be there because I'd like to get some recent footage as
Okay,
well
great. That'd be fantastic.
of the latest event. I'd
Right.
really like to do that.
Well, there's one coming up April the 2nd. And then, excuse me, on April 23rd, we will be doing a fishing tournament fundraiser.
On my birthday.
To raise money for Hooked on Heroes,
Okay.
to help us continue on what we're doing.
I like that.
We have started a fishing tournament. This will be our second annual tournament this coming up.
Okay.
And we did one last year. It was kind of small, but we were just starting. We're hoping it'd be larger this time. And it will also be done in Steinhatchee.
Nice. Was it
At Sea
successful?
Hag
It was small, but
Oh,
was it successful?
yeah, it was very
Good.
successful. And we happened to do it on the weekend where all the kids were graduating in every county. So it didn't get as big as we hoped. So we watched a little bit more careful this time about where we're doing it.
That's awesome.
But it's a lot of fun, and we still had a good time. But it was a learning experience.
Yes.
Because we'd never done nothing like this. So it was, to me, it was better that it was smaller because we learned things and figured things out. And we had time to work on it and get everything down better. So,
Yes.
and we do. It's a big tournament, really. The total prize money comes out to about $3,400.
Okay.
And we do first place for red, $1,000. First place for trout, $1,000. And then we break it in half in the second place in each category, and then half of that in the third place in the category.
Wow.
So it's a pretty large tournament.
It is a large tournament,
Yeah.
and I can see why people would want to go.
Right.
That's spectacular. I know where my tax-deductible donation's going this year.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure. Would you like to add anything else? Have we missed anything?
Well, no, basically it's what we're working on right now is trying to increase the event and find more boaters.
Okay.
Our biggest thing is boaters, because
Okay.
without the individual boat owner, we can't take veterans. So we got to have the boat owners. So
Sure.
the more boat owners I have that come out and help, why, the more veterans I'm able to take.
Right.
And that's the reason we're able to take 263 to this event, and because of the boat owners that's come out to help. Wow. And so this is about average of what we're doing right now, but we want to get it bigger if we can.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
but,
That's already a lot of people volunteering and helping out. That's really wonderful.
Quite a few. We got 96 boats, and that's coming out to help. And we got them coming from Daytona, Jacksonville, locals, Georgia.
And it's veterans from all over the place. You've got Vietnam vets, anyone who wants to.
When anybody owns a boat that likes to
Anyone
help,
owns a boat.
any boat owner.
And that is the big one. You definitely need boats. Anyone that can donate anything, and of course that's all listed in here, and
Right.
people can find all that.
Well,
in the
we're
info
always
section.
needing rod and reels. That's one of the
Right,
important things.
right.
So we loan it to them, but they get broken and this type of thing.
Sure.
Some of them get lost or they forget to bring them to turn them in. So
Yep.
rod and reels is one of the most important things that we have, and that we have to purchase a lot of. And so we've been trying to find a rod and reel company that could help us and be able to buy them a little cheaper than what we're having to pay for them now.
What are you paying for them
Right
now?
now, it's costing us about $18 per rod and reel.
That'll
but
add up.
We're buying it wholesale.
Yeah.
And if we could go straight to a manufacturer, we could probably get a little bit better price
Yeah.
and that kind of thing. Or somebody out there that wants to help can also donate rod and reels and this kind of stuff.
Absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
So, but
Yeah.
monetary donations are really needed.
Yes.
Because it is a big event. It costs $100 per veteran to go.
Okay.
And so when you sit down and figure it, you're taking 263 veterans. That's a little bit of change.
And Carolyn's going, I got to go shopping for how many people?
Yeah, she has to do a lot. She's pretty much, she spends a whole month of just nothing but phone calling and talking to veterans.
Oh, I'm sure, and I'm sure it's
She'll
longer
tell you
than
all
that.
about it because she works on it just about the whole 6 months that we're doing an event.
Oh, yes.
And,
To organize something of that magnitude, this is a big event. That's a lot of people. That takes a lot of phone calls and organization and making sure that all of your T's are crossed and the I's are dotted. Yeah.
Yeah, we do a lot of road traveling, running, meeting with different businesses and stuff that help us out.
That's wonderful.
and
That
kind of
really
thing.
is.
So,
Thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
really hope that we can get a lot of people to help you because this is a wonderful cause. You're doing something that a lot of people wouldn't do, and you're taking your own time and your own money. And we need to get more folks helping out because we've got to do something for our veterans.
right. And I appreciate you having us on the show, and we really enjoyed it, and it's always a pleasure.
My
Thank
pleasure. It's my pleasure. You're welcome. But once again, you can find everything on todaystalkwitherika.com. When you go to the info sections for anything on YouTube, again, Spotify, any of the audio podcasts, that's where I'll have all of his information on Hooked on Heroes there. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to Today's Talk with Erika. Join us next week for a brand new show. Please subscribe to all of Erika's audio and video platforms. And remember to visit todaystalkwitherika.com for all show content, blogs, social media channels, and more. Hey, thanks for listening and watching.